listening to America's newest true crime comedy podcast. Death and Entertainment starts now.
Christmas Day. Santa and the elves are rested in the North Pole. The sun shines off the snow, and presents are neatly wrapped beneath the tree. But for one Colorado family in 1996, what was waiting for them in the basement was a nightmare. That's this week on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details.
that has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death.
In
Entertainment.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Deathmas.
Merry Deathmas, Deados.
Yeah.
What is going on? My name is Kyle Plouffe.
My name is Mark Mulcairn.
And I'm Alejandro Dowling.
And can you believe, guys, we have made it to episode 60.
60.
We've made our old age now, yeah.
We're getting our Medicare or something.
We're in the twilight.
Yeah. Take us out back and shoot us.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yes. If you guys don't know, if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, don't forget, we are now streaming all of these on our YouTube page at Death and Entertainment. So come and see our faces.
Please, here we are in the flesh.
The Midwestern 10s strike again.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 Midwestern 10s. Yeah. That's 30 total right there.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I can do the math, okay? I'm not stupid.
And another reminder for everybody that's out there listening, if you're listening to us for the first time, we are a true crime comedy podcast.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
There might be some morbid jokes we're going to throw here and there, just an FYI.
There is some gallows humor, okay?
Little bit.
So if you're not into that, get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out back and we'll shoot you.
Yeah. You shoot us, we'll shoot you.
Yeah, everyone's getting shot.
Yeah, a little murder-suicide pack to start the episode.
Why not?
Yes.
Very dark,
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on here.
yet comical.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be a great iTunes, review.
It would.
Yeah.
So, you listeners out there,
Please.
start writing.
Yeah.
Send them in.
Doesn't have to be that eloquent, but, it's
Yeah.
something along those lines. A grade changed my life. It made my family stay together. We're very happy for this podcast. 5 stars. Something
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put a little magic into
A
it.
little magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put some thought. Put some heart into it.
Yes. And you know what we're putting our heart into?
What's that?
This episode
Here we go.
that takes us all the way to December 26th, 1996.
Oh, boy. The 90s. Okay, well, let's talk about the pop culture flash, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Okay, so December 1996. The top 3 movies at this time. Number 3, Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My
That
dad...
was a good one.
My dad, we did a double feature with maybe another movie that's going to be in the top 3, but the
Maybe.
second movie we snuck into, and it was Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad was in the back the whole time going, "This movie's stupid."
It is kind of stupid.
Of course it is.
Was your dad like an Ecuadorian?
Yes. This movie's stupid.
You don't remember the first one you saw?
I believe it was one of the Screams.
Well, it would have been Scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
probably
I
the
think it was
first one.
Scream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main one.
I saw Beavis and Butthead in the theater as well, but I was using a free pass
Ooh.
because a couple weeks earlier, I saw the movie Mars Attacks.
Ooh, this is getting juicy here.
But the projector broke down in the middle of it.
Oh, my Lord.
And then it started back up again. But after the movie, they graciously provided the patrons with a free pass.
Wow.
So I used it to see Beavis and Butthead.
Change your life.
go.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I felt like I had won the lottery or something.
Yeah, I felt like I won the lottery with that story.
Boy, Mark is really
Tough crowd.
yeah, he's a tough motherfucker. Fuck you.
I just have, for some reason, I have no memory of that movie coming out because I was such a big fan of the TV show. And then once the movie came out, I was just like, I think I was all Beavis and Butthead out. I think I had moved on to South Park or something else at that time.
There was no South Park yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet. We
you're
were right
right.
around the corner. We were 1 year away from
You're
it.
probably
But
right.
Mark, that makes a lot of sense. You were such a huge fan of Beavis and Butthead
Yeah.
that you decided to skip the movie.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I was drinking then too. That was
Probably.
taking up a lot of my
There you
time.
go.
That's when I first started drinking.
Yeah, and that'll do it. Number 2, Jerry Maguire.
Ooh.
Was that part of the double feature?
You had me at Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. Who's coming with me?
Yeah, just this goldfish. And ugly Renee Zellweger.
Oh my
Ugly?
God! I thought
Well,
she was beautiful.
I mean,
She was cute in that.
yeah.
Squinty and cute.
well, she changed her face, so clearly she agrees with me.
Sorry,
What?
She has a different face now. Have you seen her face?
She's got some work done, but
It's a
you know,
different
but You
person.
got to get some
Yeah,
work done.
well, we all have different faces from 1996.
Yeah,
That's
we,
true.
We all can't be Adonises like Kyle Plouffe.
I was
here.
but a wee child.
I know.
Wasn't it pretty much universally said that she was appealing in that movie?
I don't know. I always thought it was a weird choice. You could have got someone so much better looking.
No, but that was part of her thing. She's a single mom. She's struggling.
She's run down.
Oh my
She's
God.
beat up by life.
Okay,
I don't
I'm going to move it
yeah.
from Zellweger because
Before
this
we-
is getting out
Before
of
we
hand.
get canceled, we'll have to do another disclaimer next week. Like, Kyle's going to be going after some woman.
Renee
Jesus Christ.
Zellweger. I
Yeah,
mean,
of all
who
people.
cares?
Yeah.
Let her
She's a
live.
nice lady.
Let Bridget Jones' diary live. Okay, she's okay.
I was just gonna say, remember that annoying kid from the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
And then he was like the
Was he
annoying
handicapped?
kid after that in Hollywood. Handicapped.
No.
I thought he was like a Simon Birch or something.
Is-
Am I totally wrong there?
Yeah, that was him in Simon Birch.
Oh, really?
With some prosthetics.
Well,
Mark
speaking
totally believes me.
Speaking of getting work done,
Is being irritating as a child star a handicap?
well, it wasn't then, but it is now. I think.
That's Ryan Grantham.
Oh, okay.
I think we should move to number 1.
Okay, thank you. Good idea.
Yeah.
Number 1, 101 Dalmatians.
The Glenn Close one?
Yes.
No, the not Glenn Close
Well,
one.
there were
the Emma Stone one.
There were re-releases.
When she was a baby.
Remember my Auntie Carol fell in front of the entire fucking place and everybody laughed?
But that was
Oh, yeah.
1991.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so lucky that they would show it again.
By the way, I don't know. This might be the first time in Die history that our pop culture flashes either very similar or exactly the same as another episode.
Ooh.
You know which one I'm thinking?
No, because I remember you did do something that was, remember the Patriots lost to the Packers.
Oh, Chris
in
Farley.
1996.
Nope.
Oh.
We did bring that up, though.
That was the
We did
Super
bring
Bowl,
that up,
not
yeah.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been before.
Jack Nance.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
He went to get coffee at a donut shop around this time.
and
That's
got
right.
beat up.
Yeah. At Winchell's Donuts.
Winchell's in Pasadena.
Yeah, don't mouth off to people
Yeah.
at Winchell's Donuts.
Where people go for pastrami sandwiches and coffee.
And knuckle sandwiches.
Deadly knuckle sandwiches.
yeah.
Gonna punch you in your eraser head.
Yeah. You bum.
I'm gonna erase your head with these fists.
Yeah. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Should we go to the music?
What's going
Yeah,
on
let's
with
do
the
it.
music situation?
Before
Alejandro?
Kyle starts
Yeah.
erasing
Yeah,
Renee
I know,
Zellweger
yeah.
again.
Yeah, we don't have to bring her back up. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel.
Ooh, that's all we can do on this podcast.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about Megan Fox's hands?
Oh, her hands are okay. It's her thumbs.
Wait,
the
what?
thumbs.
What?
Cut them off.
What are you talking? Is this a new development for me?
No,
that-
this is an old one. We've talked about it. She's got
Kyle's-
toe thumbs. It freaks me out.
Oh my god!
I'm setting him up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my fault.
I'm taking the bait.
Don't gas him up. Let's go.
Number 3, Don't Let Go by En Vogue.
Oh, good
Ooh,
song.
set it off.
Don't let go. I'm about to lose control.
En Vogue was good. There were no SWV, but they were still
Yeah,
solid.
They were there in the 90s.
They were there.
They're no Mariah Carey.
No
Yeah.
TLC.
That's your favorite, right?
Mariah Carey, yeah.
Okay, that's it. We're sorry. Number 2. Oh, this is a big one. This was in a hit movie of the time as well on the soundtrack. And there was a basketball and a popular cartoon character that eats carrots in that movie.
Ooh, I
Will
believe
fly.
I can fly.
I
You
believe I
got
can
it.
fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
By
Space
Mr.
Jam.
Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I was Weird Al at the time by always singing I Believe I Can Fart.
Was that his parody?
It's a big hit. No, it was in my family's car. I would sing that
Oh my
Can
god.
you-
by myself.
And that's when he
Give
knew
us-
he was a comedian.
I believe I could fart. Think about it every night and day. Spread my cheeks and fart away.
Okay, that's
You're
not
welcome.
bad. How old were
You're
you
welcome.
doing that?
10.
Oh, okay.
That would have been, you probably were
It was
the,
a big hit.
Yeah, they were on Route 24 or something, howling going down the street.
Route 18.
Route 18.
he's like the Louis C.K. of his elementary school.
yeah. And not in many ways.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was also jerking off.
Yeah, he was jerking off
in
in
the
front of
corners.
Hey, I asked first.
yeah.
Number 2, that was number 2. I'm a little flustered.
Yeah, you're a little loopy.
Number 1. What do you think number 1 was? Because we have gone through this list before with Jack Nance.
Is it Hey Now You're an All-Star?
No,
Okay.
Ooh.
too early.
Too early.
We had a pun in our minds with this song and almost said it at the same time on the Jack Nance episode.
Don't
shit.
speak by No Doubt.
Unbreak My Heart, Tony Braxton.
Oh, okay.
Unbreak My Fart was another one I would say.
Oh my god. Everything was just fart related. Just jam the word fart into
Yeah,
every time.
exactly.
Yeah. Good
Hey,
stuff.
now you're a fart star.
All right.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse. Yeah. Well, that's the pop culture flash.
And
Okay, so obviously this is a very big episode. It is well-trodden territory. So we don't have to do much background for this episode. We're pretty much jumping right into it. But we'll do a tiny background of the people who were living in the house at the time of JonBenet's death.
Okay.
let's go through the early life of
Yes.
JonBenet.
JonBenet Ramsey. Her name was JonBenet Patricia Ramsey. She was actually born on August 6, 1990. And she was named after both of her parents because her dad's name's John, so that's where the Jean comes from, and Patricia is her mom's name, Patsy.
Are they French?
Ramsey, I think that's French.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where does the benet come from?
Beignets.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Food. Yeah, so I'm sure they're trying to showcase their French background and heritage.
Yeah.
They're like, that's a star name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that too.
JonBenet.
Or an assassin or something.
Oh, everybody run! It's JonBenet!
Yeah. He's up on the roof. He's got a gun.
She was the youngest and most outgoing of the Ramsey crew. She was the only daughter, and Patsy, her mother, used to love dressing her up and parading her around in beauty pageants. And she was actually really successful. She won a bunch of awards by
So
the time
she's
she
like
was
the
6.
Little Miss Sunshine,
Yeah.
but like before they made that movie and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And playing by the rules a little more than that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Ramsey, the father, very successful businessman. He was a multi-millionaire. He owned and founded his own billion-dollar company. It was a computer company. And he really didn't feel comfortable at all with letting his daughter in these beauty pageants, but he knew that it made Patsy and JonBenet happy, so he just set his feelings aside because he loved them.
And it got him out of the house too. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm doing my computer work over
Yeah.
here.
Patsy Ramsey, the mother, She actually did beauty pageants into her teens and early adulthood.
Ah, one of those moms.
Also very successful. She was the showman of the neighborhood. They would actually decorate their entire house, which was a sprawling 15-room house with 23 rooms total if you count the bedrooms. So there was
like a mansion.
Yeah, it was a huge mansion.
Yeah.
They would decorate the entire house for every holiday and then have people over to do tours of the house. It was said that on Christmases they would have between 1,500 and 2,500 people tour through their house to see the decorations.
Wow.
There's like a weird thing. I don't know if this is just Colorado, if it's around the country, but in these big-ass houses, they would have tours where people would just like go walk through different people's houses and be like, oh, this is amazing.
It's a museum or something, but it's like,
yeah,
hey, here's our Christmas tree. Like my family would be like, here's my dad drinking on the couch.
Here's my dumbass son.
Yeah. Here's our stockings that are still on the ground because we couldn't find anything to put them up on the wall with.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah. Here's my angry grandmother.
Take your shoes off. Step around that dog shit.
Yeah. Now get out.
Usually the thing is you go take tours of the neighborhood lights. Like you drive
Yeah,
around.
that's
outside.
normal.
Yes,
That's what people
yeah.
do in like Burbank here and stuff.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I would do that back home too with my
Yeah, you
family.
don't go into someone's house.
Yeah, can we come in?
Paid
Like,
to go in their house.
Oh, they were paid?
Admission?
Yeah, they were like these tours. Yeah, it was like 99% sure that the people in the tours were getting paid.
Well, this is also before like Martha Stewart Homes and Living, like all these like home renovation shows and stuff. So people maybe there was a hunger for nonsense like that then.
I guess.
This is before Cribs too.
Yeah.
Very influential family.
Exhibit, yeah.
Burke Ramsey is the older brother of JonBenet. He was 9 years old at the time, which makes him 3 years older than her. He's an odd duck, and we'll cover him extensively later.
Can't wait.
So, to the day before the murder, December 25th, 1996, JonBenet and the family woke up early in the morning, ate breakfast, and opened presents. Later that day, the Ramseys went to a family friend's house for a Christmas party, and they got home around 10 p.m., and everybody went to bed without incident.
On Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had a perfect Christmas day together.
And their house is all decked out from the tours.
Yeah. They have like multiple Christmas trees in their house. There was like a Christmas tree in every room.
This sounds like fucking exhausting to put. Like I remember I had to put like lights on my family's like roof, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. I hated putting them on the tree.
I'm not celebrating this fucking holiday anymore.
Yeah, even the tree
The
is
tree is
complicated enough.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because my job would be like, hey, Kyle, go to the back of the tree and I'll hand it to you. And you just get like stuck between the wall and the tree and you like work the back of the tree.
My mom was like, here, you do that. And I just put everything on one side so I wouldn't have to go around. Just so it
That's hilarious.
It looks like it's all there. But if you go around the other side, there's like nothing on the other side.
It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. Well, that's what this whole family is.
It's like a sitcom set where the stairs don't lead
anywhere.
Yeah.
like empty couches and stuff.
Yeah. And was JonBenet part of the show when people would come in?
Yes, they would dress her up and like parade her around.
Oh my
like she's
God,
like Little
that
Miss
poor
Christmas.
Girl.
They'd like wind her up and have her do a show every half an hour.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And then why weren't they hosting the Christmas party?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
You know, they go somewhere else. How could their friends top them?
I mean, it must be exhausting doing everything. You got to let someone take a little bit of the fucking responsibility.
But the house is already decked out.
Yeah.
You could hire a caterer or something.
Yeah.
What is this? This is insane.
Yeah.
It's already insane.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to the murder yet.
I know. Yeah, this is more terrifying to me than the murder.
Yeah.
The idea of admission.
Multiple Christmas trees, a lot of Christmas lights, a lot of tinsel.
2,000 people in your house.
2,000 people just, coming in and out as they please. Get out of here. People have to use the bathroom. They're like taking a shit there.
You got to vacuum later.
Yeah.
There's got to be some scumbags that left shit in the toilet there.
People are smoking in there. Hey, can I smoke in here?
It's the 90s, baby.
Yeah, they left. What is that called when you leave the turd in the upper?
Oh, the upper decker?
Upper decker.
Upper decker.
Yeah, when you shit in the tank above the toilet.
Yeah.
It's a real scumbag move. I've done it. Okay.
Of course. While he's writing a new fart song.
Yeah, Weymouth, Mass for that ass. Here we go.
Do you have any other not shocking things to say?
No. December 26, 1996. Patsy wakes up at 5:30 in the morning to make coffee. As she's going down the spiral staircase that goes to the main floor, she finds a 3-page letter on the stairs that reads, Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We're a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We respect your business, but not the country it serves.
What?
At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She's safe and unharmed, and if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank.
What does that even mean? Like a bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't just say bag?
I know.
We'll get to word choices later.
Yeah, it's like the day of the jackal, like wording or something.
You don't want the people like needing to get a dictionary. Like, what is
Yeah,
attaché mean?
Oh, do you think
the
JonBenet Ramsey's parents wouldn't know what attaché
I know.
means?
It sounds like they're the bullshit people that wrote this letter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already accusing this
yeah.
early.
Of course. Ever since this whole Christmas decorations nonsense, I got a big target on their back right now.
Yeah. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested.
Oh, gee.
If
like the cable guy between 8 and 10 o'clock.
If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence earlier pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter.
Man.
You will also be denied her remains for a proper burial. The 2 gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as the police or FBI, will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies.
The dog or the girl?
Yeah, both.
Jesus. This is like Gary Oldman and the Russians from Air Force One.
Yeah. Get off my daughter.
If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You can try to deceive us, but be warned, we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny, as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It's up to you now, John.
This is like a bad
I
screenwriter.
know, yeah.
It's up to you now, John. Victory! SBTC. And that's it.
What the victory? Maybe that's like Johnny Drama from Entourage. Victory.
I was going to say, yeah. If this wasn't 1996, I'd be like, big Entourage fan.
Yeah. Well, this person is unhinged, whoever wrote this letter. And also, we don't like you. I like it's just like all of a sudden. And also, we don't like you.
We don't like you, and other people don't like you either.
Yeah.
It's so personal.
People think you're sketchy.
It's extremely personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are they almost being sarcastic? Your attaché.
Yeah.
Trying to rub it in their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's kind of saying like, you're not that guy, okay?
You're not that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Like, who are you? I'm that guy.
Yeah. So there's a number of things with this. Whoever wrote this note is an avid action movie fan. There are a number of movie lines lifted throughout the entire thing. In Die Hard, a group is described as a small foreign faction in that movie.
Oh.
Dirty Harry.
And that's a Christmas movie.
It is.
Some say.
Dirty Harry.
I say.
Okay.
There's a quote that says, "Now listen to me carefully. Listen very carefully." And that's what the killer says while beating Callahan. And they say, if you talk to anyone, I don't care if it's a Pekingese pissing against a lamppost, the girl dies. And it says, it sounds like you had a good rest. You'll need it. So these are all like kind of shittily like regurgitated
like variations
lines.
of action movie lines.
Yeah. In Speed, the killer says, do not attempt to grow a brain.
Dennis Hopper. Let's
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
be specific here.
Yeah.
Do not
Pop quiz.
attempt to grow a brain, dude.
Pop quiz.
That's a
hot
great
shot.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. Is he in the room?
You were about to do yours too, Mark.
I don't have.
You
a
were like
Dennis
pop
Hopper.
quiz hot
Yeah,
shot.
pop quiz hot shot. That's all my Dennis Hopper is. Just saying lines from the movies he's in.
You
Yeah.
could do De Niro as Hopper.
Hey, I'm Dennis Hopper. I'm crazy. I'm having an acid flashback right now. Okay.
50 miles an hour. Don't forget it.
Yeah. Pop quiz hot shot. Okay. Okay.
The deleted scenes.
Or maybe they shot like half of it with De Niro. Like,
Like, Mr. De Niro, it's just not working. We're sorry.
Yeah, you look too happy.
am I fired? Yeah, and you also look like you're uncomfortable and nervous all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Yeah, so there's quotes from the movie Ransom in here, which was in the theaters at the time with Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah, Donnie Wahlberg also in that movie.
Yes. Nick of Time. On the night JonBenet was murdered, the movie Nick of Time aired at 7:30 p.m. on a Boulder cable channel. They said that the killer could have watched it and had even more story or words to work with.
And Boulder being Boulder, Colorado, which were like the area where
Yes,
we
Boulder,
are here.
Colorado. Yeah. They say
Right outside of Denver.
yeah.
Outside of Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there, and there's not much going on there besides the college.
Yeah.
But yeah, University of Colorado or Colorado State.
Sure.
Okay, I think it's the first one.
I think that's the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah.
I think are there.
There was some nice tea house. That was about it.
Yeah, it seems very hoity-toity there.
It is.
Yeah, very neighborhoody. Mansions you can walk through.
Yeah, obviously.
Paid a tour.
Yeah. It's so hoity-toity, they charge you to look at Christmas decorations.
Yeah. And then they take your daughters, a group of international terrorists.
Yeah. But the movie Nick of Time, the story centers on a political faction that kidnaps a 6-year-old girl. And even one of the quotes in it is, "You talk to a cop, you even look at a cop too long, and your daughter's dead. I'll kill her myself. Cut the head right in front of you."
That's with Christopher Walken. Yo!
Hey!
Don't talk to anyone. Okay?
Yeah.
My Walken's getting worse and worse.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
You
yeah.
gotta take it out to play
It's a little
sometimes.
Take it for a
rusty.
walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Ruthless People is another movie that is quoted in this.
A lot of
Ransom
kidnap
note.
movies. I like
Yeah.
how that's how they get ready. They prepare to do this kidnapping. Is they watch like Throw Mama from the Train.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you know.
JonBenet.
That's when you know when you're dealing with professionals.
It's so far it sounds like a movie freak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Almost like the kidnapping is the second thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Scream. That's already been done by them because, like, in that movie, people that are inspired by scary movies are doing crimes.
Yeah.
And interesting that Scream is out at this time. This is when it
Wow, yeah.
premiered. Or right after. It was around like
Was
late
it-
December 96.
Okay, no, I believe you.
Yeah, it's 96 or 97 somewhere.
Well,
in this area,
it blew
yeah.
up, though, in January 97, like really early
Yeah.
January. But that was such a meta movie, referencing all these real events and horror movies.
So it
This
even
is-
could have like a tinge of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Secondly, the amount of $118,000 is very oddly specific. If people don't know, it was in fact the exact dollar amount that John Ramsey received as a bonus that year.
Wow.
More on that later.
So that sounds like an inside job, or it's his side job.
Yeah.
He did it. He wrote this fucking letter.
Very inside.
Very inside baseball.
So, Patsy, it's 5:30 in the morning. She's going down for coffee. She finds this note. She reads it, freaks the fuck out, calls 911 immediately. According to Newsweek, around 6 a.m., police officer Rick French arrives to the home and does a quick search of the house.
He's like, I know what an attaché is.
Do I smell a banana in here?
He stops in front of the door that JonBenet was behind, but does not open it and leaves the house.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did. He was searching the house, looking around, stood in front of the door in the basement that she was behind, and he just didn't open the door.
And you would have seen her right away if you opened it?
Yeah.
So no one opened the door.
No one opened that
for
door.
a while.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait, what? Even an impartial police officer, detective, didn't even just open the door.
No.
For what reason? But he didn't know why.
No, he was just going through the house, and I think
he was just doing a general sweep and like didn't even think that she was going to be there.
He thought maybe it was just like a closet, whatever. I've looked at the main part of the room. She's not in this room. Why would she just be in this random closet? I don't know. He just didn't open the door.
Maybe
Random closet. It's a basement.
But the basement is as big as the house.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Okay.
And there's all these little like nooks and crannies where there's like a little wine cellar room and like another little closet.
So they went to the basement.
Yeah, the cop went down to the basement.
I see. Okay.
And stood outside of the door she was
Gotcha.
behind while she was dead.
I have a theory. Maybe he was running late for his next Christmas tour of the house. Like to see all the Christmas decorations. And
I've
stuff.
seen all the decorations I need to see.
Yeah. They were like, next tour is starting right now.
It could have been Joe Pesci from Home Alone. We don't know.
Could be anything.
Could be.
Yeah.
So after that, John Ramsey is so freaked out. He goes to the bank and he gets the $118,000 in cash, exactly the way they want it.
Wait, the bank is open on Christmas Day?
The day after Christmas, yeah.
Really?
It was a Thursday, I think, that year. So they opened up, yeah.
And they give him that much cash?
Yeah. He freaked the fuck out. He's like, someone's trying to kill my daughter. They want this amount of money. Give me the money
do
now.
I
Do
thought
that
they had
anymore?
like a $200 limit.
Yeah, for you.
I don't think it's an ATM. I think if you have it, like you can go to like a teller and get that much money.
So he has to go to like 20 banks.
This is also a guy that has so much money that they're just like, all right, whatever.
He's not going
We
to
know
like
you're
a
good.
bodega ATM. Or like an arcade ATM.
Yeah.
Give me $118,000.
Yeah, you just yell at the machine.
Linda Arndt. She's the first detective. Aren't that good of a detective.
Hey.
She's the first detective on the scene. She arrives in the early afternoon, and she joins people who are already there. The neighbors are there. Family friends are there. Everybody's freaking out, walking around the house, passing around the ransom note. So they're just all touching and mucking up what should have been a fucking crime scene that was
It sounds like
blocked
the
off.
Bob Crane crime scene kind of. Everyone's just like,
Yeah.
There's people are smoking and drinking in the back.
Just having sex on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on.
Unreal.
Linda is like, she just senses something wrong with John. She doesn't like the way he's looking. Like, she thinks he looks paranoid. Like, she's really freaked out. So she said she's always got like her hand on her gun the whole time she's there.
Whoa.
And she is calling for backup constantly, being like, somebody else come help me.
There's like
Somebody
more
else get here."
coffee. She shoots the cop.
And John's the dad?
Yeah.
And she's uncomfortable around him in his own house?
She doesn't like the vibes he's giving off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she made sure to do a whole media tour telling everybody that. But something else happens right after this that really makes her not comfortable.
Let's hear it. I'm
Um,
uncomfortable right now.
so to pass the time, because she's calling for backup, and the PD's just like, listen, it's the day after Christmas. Everybody's on vacation. You're there for a missing person. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
You'll be fine. She tells John and his friend to be like, hey, listen, to pass the time, why don't you guys go walk around the house, do a top to bottom search, and see if anything is missing. Like, if people came in here and robbed you, you should know. So it's her way to be like, fuck off.
Yeah, stop staring at me.
Because there's no reason why they should be doing that without an actual police officer near them to be like taking notes of everything that's missing.
But she kind of fucked up there because
Yeah.
you know they're able to go off and you know fuck with any evidence they want to, and she just doesn't like the guy breathing down her neck. Which
Yeah.
I can kind of understand.
Yeah, you shouldn't let them out of your sight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So she's like, both of you leave my site.
They
for...
need like a whole entire team there, but they don't know because there's no body yet.
Yeah.
They don't know there's an actual murder.
Yeah. So they're on the main floor when this is happening. This whole house is 4 stories. So it's the basement, then the main floor, then the second floor, which is where JonBenet and her brother's bedrooms were on, and then their
Okay.
parents were all the way at the top. So it was huge, super tall house. And so since they're on the main floor, they're like, all right, we're going to do a whole search of the house. Let's start downstairs first. So they're already right next to the basement door. They go in, they go downstairs, and within a minute, they hear a blood-curdling scream come from John, screaming, it's my baby. And he comes upstairs with JonBenet's dead body in his arms.
Oh my God.
And she's got nylon rope around her neck. Her wrists are tied, and she's got duct tape over her mouth. And he rips the duct tape off her mouth in front of everybody. And everyone's asking Linda, is she dead? And she's like, yeah, she's dead. And so she calls for backup and is like, all right, this is now a murder investigation. And then like a million cops show up in a second.
Well, that's the problem, though, because there's no. It has to be like 24 hours to consider a person missing.
Yeah.
So that is less than 24 hours. You know, you're really not going to get the cops to really do a lot unless you have that time frame.
Yeah.
Or like obviously they have this bullshit note, but that's not really going to do it.
Yeah. So there's a huge case against the family. Everyone immediately starts looking at the family because John was looked at because he was the first one who originally went downstairs and found her within a minute.
Sketchy.
Very sketchy.
Yeah.
Patsy Ramsey was under suspicion because her handwriting came up as inconclusive on the writing analysis of the ransom note. And the notepad that was used for the ransom note was hers, and they found it next to the phone at the bottom of those stairs that she found the ransom note on.
Okay.
Were they a Nielsen family? Like the Nielsen ratings?
I don't know.
Because you could find
What a
out
question.
what were they watching Christmas night.
I never even know who were the Nielsen families. Like, because...
Don't you get chosen at random?
Yeah, I think
do.
so. But
Yeah.
they put like a box or something on your TV to see what you're watching during a period of time.
Maybe they were watching Nick of Time.
Could be.
But I think it was still in the theaters, though. They'd have to go out and go watch.
No, it was on the local cable channel.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're thinking of Ransom
I'm thinking of Ransom.
with Donnie
yeah.
Wahlberg
And
Yes.
Scream. Yeah.
and Scream.
Burke Ramsey, the older brother, he was looked at a lot by police and the actual media because he displayed no empathy or compassion for his sister and disturbing behaviors such as sharing his feces.
What? How old is this kid?
He's 9 at the time.
Yeah, that's weird. That's too old to be sharing your feces.
They found
Yeah, that
his
should have stopped after 8.
Yeah.
They found his feces under the Christmas tree, in JonBenet's bed, on the bathroom wall,
What?
and smeared onto JonBenet's candy container that she got for Christmas the day before.
Is he like jealous of her?
So there's a number of reasons
Lock him up.
why.
Just for that
just
alone.
for the shit, yeah. And like they're fucking up the tours. That's what's my main concern.
Yeah.
The people didn't mind paying to see shit smeared over the Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
Under.
Oh, excuse me, under.
Yeah.
So there's many psychological reasons why scatolia, it's called, which is the sharing of feces and smearing it on things. Psychologists.
Totally. It sounds like someone I went to middle school with.
Hey, Scatolia, what's up?
Scatolia, vaffanculo.
Have you met Brancato?
So psychologists note that scatalia tends to occur in individuals with a history of obsessive-compulsive disorder, anxiety, schizophrenia, depression, bipolar disorder, ADD, autism, or trauma-related conditions.
That's weird. Some people, I knew a friend had a roommate, this girl who would poop into like
Your mouth?
like a container. I wish. And she would inspect it all the time. And
Her poop.
her own.
In the toilet.
No, in a container.
Oh, in a container.
Yeah.
Wow.
She'd crap into her own container and inspect it. I think
Yeah.
there's people that are into their own shit. I think that's a
Was
real
she
thing.
a scientist?
No, not at all. I don't know what was going on,
That's
but
insane.
Scatolia
she
was
was
going
a health
on.
nut though. She was like really into her own health and stuff. And I think
So she ate her own shit.
Which she was doing this as an adult?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
like in her 20s.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That's a bad sign.
That's,
This-
yeah.
Yeah, this kid was 9.
Yeah, I didn't say it was a good sign.
That's a red flag.
I wasn't arguing for it.
And that's how I met your mother.
That's what they call a brown flag.
That's the last episode of How I Met Your Mother.
She smeared shit on
She's
me.
in the lab. Yeah.
No one smears shit on me like your mom.
Yeah.
There also wasn't a break-in or a messy exit from any windows. There was an open window in the basement near her body, but no footprints or anything like leaving the window. And there was an undisturbed spider web that was huge that was in front of it. This is the reason that many people believe the killer was inside of the house at the time and never left, i.e., the family. But to subscribe to this theory is either to not know or outright deny the other physical and circumstantial evidence in this case. Okay?
Okay, we're on board.
I'm not denying anything.
But the prosecutors entered the room here.
Yeah.
I do want to lock the brother up, though.
Yeah.
for different reasons.
Even if he didn't do it, the broncato, or what was it, the shit stato.
Scitalia.
The scitalia.
You're French, I'm Scitalian.
Yeah. Do you want
What's Scitalian? Then he's like, he wipes shit on her face.
Do you want that sandwich on sourdough or scitalian? I just freeze for the rest of the podcast.
Well, I'm going to Scitalia out of here.
Hey.
Let's scitalia to the next fact here.
Physical evidence. The ransom note written on Patsy's notepad next to the phone. The handwriting analysis cleared John, but not necessarily Patsy. It wasn't a complete match, but it wasn't not a complete match, is what the police said. Pretty much like, could not be you. Still could be you.
Yeah. Well, that technology gets better every year, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite there in 1996.
I guess not.
There was a shoe print next to JonBenet's body that did not match anyone's shoes or sizes in the house.
Okay.
Physical DNA on JonBenet that didn't match anyone in the house. A heavy flashlight left behind that did not belong to the Ramseys, and it was the weapon used to create the 8.5-inch skull fracture discovered in her autopsy. Nylon rope that was around JonBenet's neck and wrists was not found anywhere in the house. Black duct tape that was on her mouth was not found anywhere else in the house.
You said DNA on the body?
Yeah.
You just went right through that. That, to me, seems like the biggest piece of evidence.
You would think.
The DNA that's not the family's on her body.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah. Giant. And I feel like not many people really take that into consideration.
But could have been planted. Could have been something that was very intentionally placed on that murder scene because they knew if they did that, it would more than likely point away from them, and that's good.
There were lawyers that argued against them, saying the DNA could be from a factory worker who made the underwear because that's where the DNA was from.
Oh, wow.
And
made the underwear.
The manufacturers were in Asia, and they said, we do have some white people working here, but they couldn't conclusively decide whether it was an actual factory worker or it was someone who was attacking her, which is more likely.
So the nylon that was strangled with her, or
her underwear,
or just her regular underwear,
because she was sexually assaulted.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, not that I forgot to mention it; it was coming up, but
okay,
I didn't mention that. Yeah, she was brutally assaulted and wiped clean. Her parts were wiped.
Jeez Louise.
So there was no. I mean, we're talking details here.
I thought you said this was a holiday episode.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Jesus Christ. I wish I was just on a regular tour of the family house with that, not knowing any of this stuff.
I know, it's brutal.
What a difference a day makes.
Yeah.
They're propping her up, charging admission the day before. And
Yep.
I knew nothing about this case really, but I didn't know how grisly it was. Jesus.
Yeah. There was a handprint on the door of the room that JonBenet was found in. Didn't match anyone in the house. Burke's Swiss Army knife was found near her body, but let me tell you, we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Tell us when.
He teased us with it.
Hey.
Was his shit on it?
That was the only thing that wasn't on it. Surprisingly. There were also marks left from a taser, otherwise known as a stun gun, which the Ramseys did not own. So why was the media and public so unfavorable to the Ramseys? The family went back to Georgia within hours of the murder to be with their family. People looked at them as like being on the run and not wanting to cooperate. Even though they were cooperating, they immediately gave hair, blood, and handwriting samples to the police immediately when they asked for it. They were very cooperative. But think about it. If you were actually innocent and you were genuinely concerned that someone entered your home and killed your daughter, it kind of makes sense to fucking leave your house and go stay with family out of state.
Yeah, because it's a murder scene, and I guess, but Georgia is so far away from from Colorado.
That's where they're from, though.
I know, but like,
That's where JonBenet was born originally.
couldn't go to like a hotel or something, or I know.
Dude,
it's,
I'd
I
want
know
to get
it's
the
rough.
fuck out of Dodge. If someone murdered somebody in here, I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going back to Boston. See you later.
And that grisly of a murder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
And a 6-year-old is just so heinous.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
Eventually, the Ramseys stopped fully cooperating with the police, which makes them look bad. But I think they have a decent explanation, which we'll get to later as well.
Okay.
The Ramseys also wrote a book about the ordeal, which at the time I thought was like super soulless and like they were taking advantage of the situation, trying to profit off it. But then again, I think there's a good explanation.
I do remember them on Larry King a lot. I remember in the 90s.
And Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Larry King would like do it like nonstop for like a year. It
Yeah.
was like everywhere.
They stopped doing police interviews and they only did televised interviews with big stars. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a very public and private smear campaign spearheaded by one Linda Pugh. And who is Linda, you ask?
Pugh.
This is where things actually get interesting.
I didn't ask.
She hasn't been
For the record.
she hasn't been talked about much publicly, but she was one of the main figures that really went after Patsy and John publicly, like really attacked them. And I think it's something that people should know about.
What was her motives? What was her intention? What was behind this?
Okay.
Who is Linda?
Soon after JonBenet's body was found, the police looked around to see if there was evidence of a break-in or window escape. Like I said, no such luck. The police asked the Ramseys if anyone else had keys to the home, and they said, yes, we gave keys to our housekeeper and her husband, who was our handyman. They did a lot of work when the family wasn't home, so they needed access. So the police went to pay Linda and Mervin Pugh a visit.
Mervin. What a name.
Mervin, yeah, not even Marvin. Mervin.
Yeah, it's Mervin.
I'm Mervin.
Swerving Mervin.
Keep
Don't-
Mervin.
Don't mind my stare.
Yeah.
So yeah, Linda was the housekeeper and her husband Mervin was the handyman, and they would go over sometimes together, sometimes alone to do things around the house.
Clean up the feces.
Yeah.
Scoop up Burke's
Yeah.
surprises.
Yeah, take the crap from everywhere. But also, there was a lot of stuff to do in this big house. It was like a fucking full-time
Yeah.
job.
It's like a museum. It's
Yeah.
huge. So when they went to go visit Linda and Mervin, they asked if they had taken anything from the Ramseys' house at any point, and they said yes. They had legal pads that were similar to the one used for the ransom note and felt tip pens similar to the ransom note, and they said they had taken them because the Ramseys had a bunch of extras.
They just offered this information.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they know about the ransom note at this point.
Yeah, do they know the details of the case that where they
They
are?
didn't say they knew the ransom note. They were just like, what did you take from their house?
And that's all they took.
Yes.
Oh my God. Talk about implicating yourself.
So here's where, to me, things go off the rails. I only found out about this lady because I was doing so much research and I found this random press conference that Linda did with her lawyer where she's holding up a whole stack of papers that show Patsy's handwriting. And she's like, look at this. And then she also talks about the Swiss Army knife and where she hid it. So that made me go down a whole rabbit hole and find out the Pughs probably had a lot to do with this. So there's a lot of things against them.
Wait, why are they going out of their way in order to like implicate people in like say this person did this person did that? Like what do they care?
Because when you point the finger, you have three pointing back at you.
Oh wow.
Hey,
Look at this guy.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, he's giving us messages. He's like fortune cookies over here.
No, yeah, but the person who's going after you the hardest probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
They're like, look at them, look at them, look at them. Don't look at me.
Where was she? Did she have an alibi for during the time the murder happened?
Nope, she was home alone. Well, she was home with Mervin, and she was in the bed watching TV, and her husband was on the couch watching TV. They weren't even in the same room.
She's like, I was just watching Nick of Time, my
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Yeah. It came on TV and I watched it.
Yeah.
She's like, y'all see Ransom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg? No, I mean Donnie Wahlberg.
So early on, police had their suspicions about them. They didn't
Pughs.
publicly announce it, yeah. But when they did a search of their house, they found black duct tape, which matched the same black duct tape that was used.
Holy shit.
They found white nylon cords that matched what was used around her neck and her wrists. But Merv was just like, hey, I'm a handyman. Who doesn't have these things lying around their garage,
That's
you know?
that's so Merv.
Yeah, very Merv.
You need the nylon to clean up the mess after you're done.
Yeah.
Classic Merv.
I wrapped my power drill in the you know.
Yeah. They even said that they had no idea about the room she was found in downstairs. It was this random little nook, they said. Even though Merv had helped Linda get the Christmas decorations out of that room weeks prior to set up the house for the tour.
To be fair, though, maybe you don't remember every little mundane thing.
If you're the housekeeper, yes, you do.
But you said it's a huge house.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of
There's a bunch
nooks
of
and
rooms.
crannies.
Yeah, but she's only
places
working
that
for
come
them.
and go.
What else does she have
I
to
can't
do?
even remember my own apartment at this point.
Yeah.
Who'd you kill?
No, I'm just being devil's advocate for the...
No, but I think
Pughes.
Merv is our guy.
Oh, you do?
I think Merv's a perv.
Merv the perv.
All right, well...
And not because I just wanted to say that, but I think he is sketchy, and I think, I don't know, I think it's too, I think they're just stupid people, and I think Merv went off on his own and actually did this.
Merv the perv hangs out with Chester the molester.
Yes.
If you catch my drift.
If you're doing name play here.
Check out Mark here. He's sure of the killer already.
Yeah.
I'm not that convinced yet.
They knew about the open window downstairs in questioning. They had a key to the house. They knew exactly what doors were left unlocked. And they knew that the Ramseys never utilized their alarm system that they had in the house. They never used it.
Was
Why?
it broken or did
No, they just didn't use it.
It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. They're like, I don't want to press buttons.
Yeah, and
do
then
all
and
that.
then the kid would be shitting somewhere and he'd set it off all the time.
Yeah, it'd be smeared in on the alarm system.
Yeah.
And this is 96. They didn't have such sophisticated ring systems yet.
Yeah.
It might have been more of a pain
There was
in
no
the
ring
ass then.
cam or any of that stuff, or good like or security systems.
Yeah.
They for the most part they're like car alarms. They always malfunction and they're a pain in your ass.
They had the same shitty ADT commercials back then as they do now, where it's like the zeros and ones like going down the windows and like coming back up, making it look like fucking the Matrix.
It's some guy like in a black and white video, like with a black Scully cap on.
Yeah.
Like, do you want this guy to come through your fucking window?
Yeah, it's like Charles Rocket from It's Pat in a fucking room trying to break the codes and everything.
Yeah.
What a reference.
I know.
Hello.
Whoa. Going way back.
Yeah, they had access to John's payroll stubs, which were in his office, and each of those stubs had listed on it the bonus that he got that year, totaling $118,000.
But it also seems weird that that just happened to be left out.
Well, I mean, if you're working in the house and you're a real busybody and you want to start putting your nose through things, you'll find whatever's in the office.
A
You'll
lot of
open
stuff
up
about
the
people,
drawers and
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just his bonus.
Yeah.
180K.
This guy's making bank.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he founded the company too. So it's like he's paying himself
Yeah.
at that point. And the actual value of the business was over $1 billion at that point.
Holy
A billion?
shit.
I
Over
didn't
$1
know
billion.
they were this loaded.
Oh, they're multi-millionaires.
I thought there were people that are like that tell people they have money, but they really don't. And what really sustains them is these bullshit tours.
That's how the media tried to portray them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then they were like, oh, they're trying to make money off of writing this book about it and like going and doing like press tours and stuff like that.
They didn't really need this money.
They made them seem cheap and like needy for money, but
Oh.
they did not need shit.
Or they put JonBenet to work to make a few bucks.
Yeah.
That she was a pageant queen.
Well, it seemed
that
like
was the narrative.
it seemed
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the mom was really playing out her fantasy of being a big pageant star with her daughter, which a lot of even Brittany Murphy's mom did that same shit.
Yeah,
And-
but Brittany Murphy's mom was broke.
Yes,
This family,
had bank.
they're trying to do the narrative that JonBenet was the cash cow, and
Yeah.
it's not even. She didn't even make $1 in her life.
Yeah,
And Brittany Murphy's mom was sleeping with Simon Monjack.
Ugh.
the way Kyle says she didn't even make $1. Like how dare you, JonBenet? Not make even $1 for
Yeah.
his family.
But she's not the cash cow of the house. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
saying.
I get it.
Wait, what did you call her? No, I'm just kidding. All right.
So Linda and Merv needed the money. 2 days before the murder, Linda had asked Patsy over the phone for $2,500, saying that she was about to be evicted because she was late on rent.
Ooh. What are they doing with their money?
They weren't getting paid very well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The Ramseys didn't pay well.
Nah.
And he gave himself a nice bonus. How thoughtful.
I know.
Yeah, that's him doing that. And then he leaves the proof all around for them to find.
Yeah.
Merv is the killer.
Patsy said, of course.
But was he working with John?
JonBenet?
John.
Yeah.
The dad.
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I don't know. Well, but what's the motive for that?
I'm sure Kyle will get
He's
into
got
it.
a hot take here.
Right?
coming.
So, yes, of course.
Okay.
So Patsy said, of course she could have the money. She's going to write her a check and she's going to leave it on the counter. She could come by anytime over the next few days. And after that, she's going to be leaving for a family trip on the 27th, so she can come by anytime and pick up the check. Linda said, great, but she's also too stressed about the argument she had with her landlord that she can't come into work today. And she's like, I'll come over the next few days and pick
That's
up the
a
check.
weird thing to tell your boss. Like, yeah, I had a weird argument with my landlord. I'm not going to be able to make it in today.
Yeah.
What?
So I think that sets up a few different things. I think that sets up her to be able to be in the house randomly, and when the parents go, what the fuck are you doing here? She'd be like, oh, I'm just picking up the check, even though she was there to probably take JonBenet down to the basement.
But on Christmas Day?
She also knew their schedule and that they were going out to a Christmas party
Okay.
on Christmas night.
Question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so it happened while they were at the party?
No, it happened after they came home from the party.
Yeah, so they took her out of her room?
Most likely, yeah.
But how did they do that without making any noise?
So when JonBenet was being killed in the basement, the neighbors across the way on the side of the house that she was getting murdered on said that they heard screams from a young girl, and they woke up in the middle of the night and sat there and tried to listen for it, and they couldn't hear it anymore. When they did the investigation, they had someone stand in the same spot she was killed and have someone go all the way up to the top floor and scream. You could hear it outside just in that neighbor's house, and then nothing on the second or third floor.
Wow.
So that house was you could run around and not hear
It's
a
like
thing.
soundproof from
Yeah.
floor to floor.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Why didn't
But
they
was
hear
there
it?
a babysitter, or did they bring the whole family to that other Christmas
She would
party?
act as a pseudo babysitter, like the housekeeper. So she was like a pseudo nanny, mostly cleaning lady.
But that night, did they go to that Christmas party?
Yeah.
No.
The kids stayed back.
No. The kids went to the Christmas
Yeah.
party.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I thought you were asking if Linda went.
I thought
No.
I'm surprised they brought the kids. If the son's throwing shit on the wall at the fucking this Christmas party, that it's not his house.
Yeah.
He's a tough guest to have there.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking if the Pughs?
Yeah.
I wasn't asking if the Pughs went to the party. Of course they're not invited.
No,
Yeah.
they've been invited to certain things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We need to get Mervin here.
Yeah.
You should see Mervin with a couple of whiskeys.
Yeah, get
in
him at the ice luge.
Yeah.
Get Mervin.
He
yeah.
tells some blue jokes.
yeah, he's and a little too real.
Yeah. We'll put a microphone up to his grave.
yeah.
I did like the Christmas song that the Pughs made, though.
Yeah. What was that?
Fairy Tale in New York City.
That's actually
Hello.
a good joke.
Dirty old town.
Yeah. With Chrissy McCall.
Yeah.
Nice.
When Linda read the ransom note, she noticed that it was signed off SBTC, and she was being helpful to the police by saying, "Oh, I think that means Subic Bay Training Center, and that's on a picture that John Ramsey has in his office." There was a battleship, and at the bottom of it, it said Subic Bay, and she thought training center, but it really just said Subic Bay. But if you looked it up online or knew anything about it, you knew that it was Subic Bay Training Center.
Wait, how the fuck would she know that?
Exactly.
But then why would she implicate herself by saying that?
She's not. She's being helpful.
No, I know, but...
It must be from someone that was a station in the Philippines. She's like, oh, maybe the foreign faction is in the Philippines.
But if she's guilty, wouldn't you just shut the fuck up?
Dude, the killers always show up to things and volunteer information and try to stay in the middle so that they know what the rumors are and what the police are thinking at all
was
times.
she kind of ignorant a little bit?
Yeah, she's a dumbass.
Yeah.
A lot of people said her and Merv were very dumb people.
But I think if her and Merv, you get them in the confession box or whatever, the police have them putting the screws to them there.
Yeah.
I feel like if they really did it, it would have come out. with them. They're not smart enough to kind of hold back the truth like that.
Exactly. If they're such dumbasses,
If they're getting the
they got
third
away with
degree,
murder, according to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had to go through all these steps first.
But they would have left some trace behind if they were as
Something.
dumb as Mervis and what's her name seem to be.
Yeah.
Linda.
So Linda also volunteered the information that JonBenet had an ongoing bedwetting problem, which led
Oh God.
it was like a problem that
Really?
yeah, like the parents were very frustrated about. It led many to think that she killed JonBenet out of frustration from the ongoing bedwetting, and she did wet the bed that night. So
That seems far fetched though.
Yeah.
Bedwetting.
well, that
Kill
was
somebody over bedwetting?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, fuck, I keep
It's-
hitting that
Well,
side.
why not kill the brother then? He's throwing feces.
Yeah, he shit on the wall.
Exactly.
That's
I was gonna
worse.
say, yeah, if you're gonna choose one, you kill the shit thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're on a lifeboat and you can only save one.
Yeah.
Are you going to save the pisser or the shitter?
The
Or the
pisser?
Scatalion.
Yeah, a Scatalion. He's a freaking Scatalion.
Fucking Scatalion battalion over here.
Get him out of here. Get him in here.
Yeah, no, to me, it implicates the parents even worse, knowing that both children had pee and poop problems.
Nice.
I guess is the only way you can say it.
You thought of it for a second. Like, I'm
You're
gonna
like,
say it like
what's
this.
I'm like,
the
what-
scientific term I'm looking for?
Hey, pee-pee and the
Poo-poo
pee-poo.
and pee-pee.
The pee and the poo poo. Eat the poo-poo.
In the babies and the pee-pees and the poo-poos.
Well, I don't even know what the technical term for that would be.
Because when you can't control your urinary tract and you have a feces problem.
Yeah. You can't control your caca.
Yeah. But people who have problems like that have usually suffered a tremendous amount of child abuse. So that's why a lot of people also looked at the parents like, you're stressing your kids out that bad that they can't even control like their bodily functions. They're pissing the bed way too late in life, and they're shitting in their hand and smearing it around the house.
Yeah, at 8 years old or
9.
9. That's
Nine.
fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
Because you are old enough to know that is gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Linda was the one who went to the police and were like, oh, this is occurring in their house. So like,
So this is where all this information came out from.
yes.
Because the parents...
She's
the-
being
the-
helpful.
Yeah.
The Benets aren't going to be like, offer up that information. Like, yeah, so my son shed on the wall.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true, though. You know, it's always in the family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you trust the family the least. If you're ever doing interviews trying to get to the bottom of a story, do not talk to the family that's at the center of it.
Yeah, get
Because you will never hear the
some
truth.
third person or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that is true. She also knew exactly where the Swiss Army knife was.
For instance, I've always said the Swiss Army knife that I hid, put away.
Is that Linda?
Yeah.
There's only one person that would have found it, and that was Patsy Ramsey, and they found it in the room where they found JonBenet.
Oh, and she would go on national TV and say that every time. Oh, she was the only person that could find that. But here is the first time she talked about it, and she really messes up by saying where I hid it.
Swiss Army knife that I hid, put away. In a
Put
cupboard.
away. I hid. Put away.
Whoa, you think that's Freudian? Like
Yes,
she,
absolutely.
She fucked up?
100%.
Well, she's also reading off a piece of paper. Like, how could she fuck up that bad?
And she's wearing sunglasses
yeah,
to read.
she's got like Joe Pesci from Casino sunglasses
Yeah,
on.
for real.
Boy, not the brightest bulb.
No, I can tell now what we're dealing with.
Yes, exactly.
Dare I suggest that she was paid to be the fall person,
I don't think so.
just in case?
That's the wildest theory I've heard so far.
Yeah, that is a wild theory.
I got a few more as we go along.
Well, there's money to be thrown around by the family, and it could have been maybe the son killed her by mistake, and they had to concoct this whole fucking bizarre thing in order to keep him out of jail.
That's a big theory, that the son did it by mistake.
Yeah,
Burke.
that's usually what happens. It's usually some overzealous, crazy kid who hates his daughter getting all this kind of attention. Likes to shit on the wall, and it's always the case.
Yeah. Linda also thought the terms fat cat and Southern common sense were used by the family. And she published this in a first chapter of her book that never got published, but she put it online. And
Never got published.
Yeah,
those are terms
that's like everyone's book. Yeah, it's unpublished.
There's so many books in this, like the Natalie Wood case.
Yeah.
That novel that you're working on.
Was that Stewie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Well, Sunken's not here anymore. So.
You don't have to impress us.
Those are terms that were at the end of the ransom note. And, you know.
Ransom note. Ransom was in theaters.
Yes.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Possibly an ignorant person might believe that they could extort $118,000 from someone without getting caught, especially if they could convince that person not to call the authorities. And the Pughs knew that exactly what he got for his bonus. So they're like, oh, that's chump change. We'll just be able to get that easy.
But either way you spin it, let's say the parents made the ransom note. Why would they choose the exact number of the bonus? It would be better to choose a different number.
Yeah.
And then if you're the Pughs, why would you choose the exact number of the bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it points to someone inside that.
Because someone's a fucking idiot. And
They're
I
all
think,
idiots.
I think the
like.
Ramseys are a little bit smarter than these two.
And
Well,
I agree with Kyle here, and I think they used that against the Pughs because they knew they can outsmart them, but clearly it didn't all work out.
No.
Because there was no fucking arrest made in this. But there was enough maybe just for confusion. Maybe they didn't want anyone arrested. They just wanted to leave a proper, reasonable doubt if there was a case.
The Ramseys.
The Ramseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pughs were also big fans of television and movies, and they claimed to watch TV a lot.
Like the Bicycle Thief or something? Or
They're foreign films.
Yeah.
They were big Akira Kurosawa fans.
Yeah. Fucking Rashomon.
This sounds like Rashomon.
Yeah, it really
The way
is.
everyone
Seven Samurai.
has a different
Take on
story.
it.
Yeah,
different
yeah.
take.
And they have no alibi that's able to be confirmed. They were home together the night of the murder in separate rooms, but they both know that they were there.
Yeah, but they could be one of the. I've seen the older couples like that. They just don't. They hate each other's guts. And
Yeah.
they hang
That's-
out in other rooms.
It's the most flimsy of the case against the Pughs because, I mean, I live by myself. How could I verify that I was home? I mean, in this day and age, it's easy to be like, oh, I was on my computer or whatever. But back in the day, it's like you're just with your tube TV and fucking ice cream, and that's
Yeah.
it.
It's a shaky alibi.
Linda's like, it's an airtight alibi.
Yeah.
Mervin says I was home.
Yeah. I had a big cake in front of me, and I was happy.
But you haven't answered how they got JonBenet from her bedroom downstairs.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
When Linda was asked to provide a handwriting sample, she said she was too stressed to perform a handwriting sample.
I can believe based on that quick interview.
Too shaky.
Yeah. I can't do it.
So
Yeah, she's like this with the pen, like.
So the police allow her to dodge that, and soon after that, she was the one who took Patsy's handwriting to the authorities. After that, the police pretty much forgot about asking Linda to provide a sample, and from all accounts, her handwriting is very similar to Patsy's.
Who says that?
People.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like Nancy Grace or like people like that.
No, people that know,
Like handwriting sample people.
people that saw the handwriting on TV and know Linda.
Oh,
We're like,
okay.
oh, that's super similar.
Yeah.
For months before JonBenet went missing and killed, she would always in front of the family say, oh, you're just so beautiful, and say to the parents, aren't you afraid she's going to get kidnapped because she's so beautiful?
According to who again?
Exactly. Yeah, it's all based on who's saying this. Clearly the
Ramsey
the
family.
Ramsey, yeah.
Burke is wiping poop on the wall saying,
Yeah.
she used to ask about her being
Yeah,
kidnapped
he's
a lot.
wiping poop on the wall. They're weirdos.
They don't even rub poop on the wall.
Yeah, they're creeps.
Anything from the Ramseys, I'm going to put right in the trash with Burke's poop.
Again, though, she stated that she never even knew that this room that JonBenet was found in existed, even though she was in there getting dozens upon dozens of Christmas decorations out of there to decorate this
You're
entire house.
amping it up a little more this time.
Yeah.
They went to grab a couple things one day.
Yeah, a couple things to decorate that entire 15-room mansion.
Again, I can't think of every nook and cranny in my own apartment even.
All right, why don't you go fuck Linda Pugh then?
Oh, wow. I think the prosecutor's hostile, not the witness.
All right, fine. That's the smoking gun.
Yeah.
She knew that nook and cranny existed.
Yes. Yeah, and like I said, if she was caught in the house, she would have had an excuse. Wanting to drop off a gift before Christmas. She left something behind. She was coming to pick up the check, yada, yada, yada.
So
well,
she
the check,
picked up.
that's a big one because she already got in that fight with the landlord. So that's actually a good alibi for being there. She would need the check. She need the money.
Yeah.
These people had the money.
They had the money.
And she picked up the check at 3 a.m. on
Yeah,
day after Christmas.
what time
Yeah.
was it?
Okay.
That's insane.
Well, she could have been, I was just leaving a gift for you.
At 3 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, why not?
Yeah.
Um,
Who are these fucking cops and like investigators that are like, they're really not getting to the bottom of this. They got like so much fucking shit out there, but they're not really able to crack it.
Oh, there were
That's-
multiple police officers that retired because of this case, detectives that resigned from it and then retired, saying that, you know, the whole investigation was way too focused on the Ramseys. There should have been way more people interviewed and really dug into. There was
But
a lot
it's
of frustrated
it's
people.
a small town too, though. So sometimes,
well,
same
Boulder's
thing-
not that small.
That's what I was going to say, though. That is the problem, that it was the Boulder PD.
Yeah.
They needed bigger fish to come in.
You know,
Well,
you need like
Denver-
Al Pacino from Insomnia to come in from
Yep.
like L.A. They need like an L.A. detective, or like Denzel Washington from what am I thinking of? King Kong ain't got nothing on
Training
me.
Day.
Training Day. Yeah, bringing that nut.
Yeah, because they're used to, speaking of the bicycle thief, dealing with bicycle thieves.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
stoned college students.
Or someone stole someone's bison or something. You know.
Yeah, or someone's out of control at the tea room.
Yeah.
The Denver PD said, "We got your back. We want to come in and help you guys," and they told them to fuck off.
See, that's stupid.
Yeah. And the Denver
That's a
PD
turf
has
thing.
more technology. They had more access to different things to be able to check DNA and stuff like that.
Or
and
the
they said,
FBI
"Fuck yourself."
local office or something. You know, it's always
Yeah.
these dumb turf wars.
Just or have an FBI agent come in like, don't touch another fucking thing. I can't believe you guys were moving that evidence
Yeah.
around.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you think this is your crime scene?
Au contraire, mon
nice,
frere.
nice try.
In fact, this is my house now.
Yeah. I just signed the deed over to me.
And in my coffee, lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Yeah.
So I know that investigative journalists cannot speculate, but we're not that. So I'm going to speculate that
There we go.
I
Speculate away.
believe Linda was the mastermind behind this. I don't think that she was in the house when it happened, but I think she has the motive to do it, and she had the means to do it. I think fucking Mervin, got a ragtag team together,
Swerve and Mervin.
and it went real south real quick.
Sturvin Mervin.
So he got other people involved in
Yes.
like his dumb friend from down the bar or something. Like, hey, I know this rich guy down there.
Yeah. So her action movie loving husband, I think, got a ragtag group of undesirables.
And what was she into? Rom-coms?
Yeah.
She was into food, if you didn't notice.
Oh my
It
god.
was a real,
First Renee Zellweger.
She's
Yeah.
Now poor Linda
Women are just
Pugh.
really
she's
getting.
a real fat.
Oh god. What the fuck? What kind of even thing to see? You just say the thing she
Yeah.
has twice? Like,
If she
What?
was so big, wouldn't you hear her stomping around that night?
oh my
Yeah,
god.
fucking stomped the yard. That's
Oh,
why
you-
she wasn't there.
She wasn't there. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's calm down.
Yeah.
There was a man named Michael Helgoth. He was a local electrician.
What is with these names?
Why isn't there any normal names in any of these?
Yeah, like Michael Winslow.
Yeah. I feel like people with wacky names move to these rural areas
Yeah.
for some reason.
Michael Helgoff meet Mervin Pugh.
Yeah.
Michael Helgoth, he was a local electrician that worked at an auto salvage spot in town. He felt like he was screwed over in a residential deal that involved the Ramseys years prior. I couldn't find the exact details, but he was either shorted or lost a job and blamed the Ramseys.
So he was a person of interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael told a coworker at the auto salvage yard that he had just made a killer deal with someone who offered him $50,000 to crush someone's skull in.
Okay. Well, that's a crazy. That's not even a real estate deal. It's just like a hit job.
Well, yeah, this is after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Merv getting the team together.
And who's verifying the story? El Duce?
Yeah, pretty much the El Duce of the auto salvage yard. It was just another guy that worked there, and the guy was
some-
like, "Whoa!" He's like, "I don't want to know this. Like, stop telling me
Some
about
drifter crazy person, or is a guy that actually
this."
worked-
Michael's the drifter crazy person.
Yeah.
The other guy's like, "Jesus Christ, I don't want to know about this. Don't tell me you're
And
gonna
then
crush
he's
someone's
like-
skull for $50,000."
He's like, all right, I'm not going to tell you about a certain beauty pageant.
Yeah.
Queen.
There was also a known sex offender in the neighborhood that lived close to the Ramseys by the name of Gary Oliver. He was arrested
Gary, that is such a sex offender
I am
name.
Gary. I'm a sex offender.
Sex offender Gary.
Can I have some coffee?
Can I have your kids' socks?
I love that. I love the idea of the guy that goes around, door to door to tell people he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
And ask for coffee.
Yeah.
And socks of your daughter.
Scary Gary.
Scary Gary. Some people call me Scary Gary. Hey, can I borrow $2,000? he just goes way over the top with like asking for crazy things.
So Gary, he was arrested on drug charges in 2000, and he got caught in his backpack with a bunch of drugs, but also a cutout photo from a magazine of JonBenet Ramsey. And what else did he have in his backpack? A stun gun.
Wait, but I thought there was a stun gun at the scene too.
No, the stun gun was gone. There were just marks from a stun gun.
okay.
Now that you mention it, wasn't that something they found on her? Traces of some kind of stun gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just testing
Welcome
you.
to the pod.
Yeah.
Michael Helgoth. Okay, this is a crazy story.
No, I mean, but they on her actual body.
Yeah, there were stun gun marks.
Yeah, that was initially they found that right away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to exonerate.
Literally just like 5 seconds ago he said that.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
So Michael Helgoth was the electrician that got paid $50,000 to bash somebody's skull in, according to some wacko at an auto salvage yard. He was found dead of a gunshot wound to the head 2 days after the DA held a press conference saying they were zeroing in on the suspect. The gun that he shot himself with, that was deemed to be a suicide, the gun was found in his left hand. He was a righty. There was a pillow over his head when the shot occurred.
To muffle the sound.
Muffle the sound, blood doesn't splatter everywhere.
Sure. He saw it in a movie.
He's looking out.
Yeah, and what was left laying around his room in perfect view? Tactical boots that made similar prints to the one left near JonBenet's body.
Oh, bad.
A stun gun, and a T-shirt that read SBTC across the chest.
Get the fuck. That's too much.
Way too much.
So it sounds like it was planted and he was killed.
Fucking Merv, the action movie fan.
Yeah.
It's like setting this up.
Fuck.
100% is
So-
what I believe.
Okay, I'm thinking more Merv now.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about Griffin.
No.
Definitely not. Why would we?
Gary Oliver is now in prison and recently admitted that he saw JonBenet get killed.
What?
All the nuts are coming out of the fucking
Yeah,
nut job
how
now.
did he see? He had a crystal ball
Yeah.
No, he was there. He was one of the two people that entered the house.
through that window.
No, through the front door. They had a fucking key from Linda Pugh.
And the Ramseys didn't hear nothing.
No.
How would they, though? But this mansion, that I will agree
You could
with.
scream on the bottom
All
floor
right.
and they wouldn't hear
Well,
you.
I still want to know how they got JonBenet out of her room.
I think Linda got her out of bed and was like, hey, she was a recognizable person, and lured her downstairs, like picked her up and was like, oh, okay, hold on.
Wait,
I'm missing one big
Why
thing.
her, though? Why are they fucking with her?
I thought she wasn't there that night.
I'm missing one big thing. Hold on.
Hang on.
Here's something that happened. So JonBenet also told her parents that someone, a family friend, someone near the family, told her that Santa Claus was going to visit her after Christmas.
Ugh, how cruel.
Okay? And they were asking her, who told you this? She wouldn't say. She's like, it's a secret. He won't come if I tell. So, all of a
Everyone
sudden,
knows Santa's back in the North Pole. And he's like taking a break until next year.
Yeah.
if it was Linda or
Doesn't she know the lore?
Merv, that gives them reason to go to her bed and be like, hey, Santa's here. Come downstairs. and lure her out of bed without her making a sound. Shh.
But
That's
who's
true,
who's
that-
the source of this though?
The internet.
Mark, you ever heard of the dark web?
Yeah, I guess so.
Funny you mentioned the dark web. There's a big rumor online that Mervin was a pedophile and he could be seen in a photo that was shared on the web where he's molesting his own daughter.
What?
Okay, but this could be like the Steve Irwin. Remember they said that they have the point of impact when he got killed by the stingray.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Or Owen Hart falling to his death.
Yeah.
This person said he sent it to law enforcement in Boulder who were going to the house, but Boulder PD shut it down and was like, get out of here. This is our turf.
Yeah, they
also-
want no one on their turf.
They did that to Denver, too.
They've
So
confirmed that, yeah.
that is complete online rumor. Don't know if that's true, but it would make sense if he was a pedo that he would be friend with another sex offender.
Well, he sounds like a perv. Obviously, he's got it's in the name there, and also like he's a weird guy. You know, he just seems like a strange dude. That if there's money problems that are definitely on the surface, everyone knows about it. They're arguing with their landlord. I guess what the argument is: pay the rent. No, pay the rent. They're having financial issues, and it's very clear.
Yeah.
They have a very big motive there.
Huge motive.
Yeah.
And Patsy said she would pay her.
And still, the Ramseys, I don't see the real motive there. I still don't understand it.
Yeah, well, the motive would have been Patsy was pissed that she was pissing the bed so much. Like we said, if you were going to kill one of the kids that had troubles in the bathroom, you would kill the shit
Speaking
eater.
of flimsy, that kid sounds like a fucking disaster. Or
The Ramseys just didn't do themselves any favors with a lot of things they did in the public eye because they stopped talking to the police. But the reason they stopped talking to the police is because the police started turning on them.
Yeah.
And looking at them to be like the bad guys.
Well, they're probably running the numbers 98% of the time. It's a family member.
Yeah.
And they say that that Burke was acting weird, but they were acting weird too.
Yeah.
Every time you hear the dad talk about it in interviews, you made it sound like, he's screaming, ripping his shirt off like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's
When
like
he finds
Twin
her.
Peaks or something.
But when he recounts the story, he's like, and I went downstairs and I saw her body, and at first I was relieved. Then I realized she was dead.
Yeah.
It's like he's recounting the story like that. Like, wouldn't you be a little more horrified?
Well, it's hard to really use that as an excuse. Like, people take it differently. Some people are these people are kind of kooky out here in the middle of Colorado.
Yeah.
People are wild.
Nothing bad happens in Colorado.
Just him having sex with the outside of Columbine, the school.
Yeah.
That's how you phrase it?
Yes.
Because I happened to visit the Columbine Memorial
Well, you were
one
kind of
afternoon.
stalking the area, weren't you? Weren't you wearing a trench coat also?
What's the... All right. We're not getting into that.
Your boner almost broke the windows.
It was cold outside, so yes, I had a larger jacket. And yes,
Now you're on the defense
was
chair.
near the memoril, so I checked it out.
Yeah.
All right? That's enough
Interesting.
for that.
What was on underneath the trench
But
coat?
pants. So then, where was I gonna ask? Oh no! And then in the Barbara Walters interview, Barbara Walters is like, "Patsy, did you murder your daughter?" And then Patsy's like, "No, Barbara, of course not."
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be a little more like, "Barbara, I can't even dignify that with an answer."
You're damned if you do,
Because a
damned if you
mother's
don't.
love would never allow me
But
to
it-
murder my own brethren.
Then they would be like, over actor.
Yeah, it's like a Shakespeare play.
It's
yeah.
literally this. It's a no-win situation answering that question because however you answer it, people are going to dissect like the nuance of the subtext of your answer.
So it's better not to rehearse and just not do like some big operatic speech or something.
right, but they've been
So
asked
maybe
that
don't
question.
do the fucking Barbara Walters interview then.
But they felt like the only way that they could rectify their perception that the public had of them was to be able to go through the media.
to do a media blitz.
Yes,
like
because the
Rod
media was blitzing them.
Blagojevich did, remember?
Dude,
Yeah, that
that
didn't
didn't
work
help
out.
him
No.
any.
in 2016, CBS did an hour-long like special presentation of who killed JonBenet Ramsey, who killed JonBenet Ramsey. The JonBenet Ramsey.
Oh, I like the.
Who killed JonBenet? And the whole thing was like, the family did it. And all they did was just bury the fucking family.
Yeah, if like, you know.
Well, they said the son did it specifically.
Yeah, and they got sued. Burke sued them for $750 million.
Yeah.
I love it.
And they took the CBS special down. They haven't re-aired it.
Well,
and they settled.
But
So-
they teased it like that. That was kind of crazy. They said at the end, it's like the Capone's vault with Geraldo. They're like, at the end of the show, we'll tell you who did it. And then they claimed it was Burke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the media in this country is fucking bullshit. It's all sensationalized insanity. Yeah, it's not real. So like, they must have talked to like a PR. They got a ton of money, so they probably talked to a PR firm who said, you know what, you got to get ahead of everything.
Exactly.
And Trump would tell you this exact same thing too. You got to shape the narrative, or else they're going to shape it for you. If you're not the one writing the menu, you're on the menu.
You're 100% right.
Fine, but it still doesn't work very often. Look at Monica Lewinsky. No matter what
She didn't
said,
get out ahead of it really at that time. She didn't.
But also, you're going up against the president. It's like someone's going to choose a side. And whoever they think is like the worst person, they're just going to attack, and the other person they're going to celebrate or let off the hook.
Whose side are they choosing?
Well, Bill,
and what?
Whose side is the public choosing when they don't believe?
I don't know.
Linda Pugh, because she's the one that's putting it out.
But the public doesn't know about Linda Pugh.
Exactly, but they're hearing the stories from her, and the police are trusting her, so they're getting messages from the police and the media saying, oh, the fucking Ramseys are scumbags, so it must be coming from somewhere.
People are watching TV. No one's reading anything.
Well, then
so people are just watching it.
Linda Pugh's a genius then, because she managed to.
She got the heat off her.
She got the heat off her, and
I think
genius sounds like a big stretch.
I think law enforcement in this situation just got tunnel vision. I think they listened to Linda way too much, and they thought she was like a very nice, trustable person.
Evil genius, by the way.
Yeah. And she fucking got off scot-free.
Okay, but in her plan, their plan, Mervin and Linda, what were they... How are they going to get the money if they just killed
Yeah, that's a good
JonBenet?
point.
This is the thing. They hired two fucking idiots who went down there, and one molested her and the other killed her.
But that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, I think they fucked up the plan because they really wanted the money. Yes.
So these guys are such disgraceful animals.
Yeah.
That they were supposed to kidnap her, and they're like, oh, instead we're just going to kill her.
Yeah, and then once that happened, they were like, you fucked up the plan so bad, now we're going to kill you. So they killed him, Michael Helgoth.
Oh.
And then they left the SBTC shirt in his room. They left the tactical boots that matched the footprint in the basement. They left a stun gun in there. And
because that's really fucking up the plan.
Yeah.
So they tied it off.
They could have got the
tied
money.
it off at him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This is like a fucking sick fucking... It's like a Coen Brothers movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like William H. Macy, Jerry Lundegaard
Yeah.
from Fargo.
Oh, so how's it going there with the murder?
Oh, yeah.
Like it couldn't have gone off worse.
I know.
The plan.
like it went in Fargo, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, she fucking
They get these crazy...
spins out of the fucking shower.
Out of the shower curtain, yeah.
I answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to count every car on the fucking lot, okay?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You don't have to raise your voice.
My favorite part of Fargo is when they get him at the end. He's like, ah! It's just the guttural scream of a coward that just got found out. He's like, first they knock on the door, he goes, oh, I'll be right out. And then everything is just dropped, and he's just like, ah! It was the same thing when he was scraping the fucking windshield.
Oh,
and then
so
he
good.
gets the shit out of the ice on the windshield.
I love
and
it.
when he's in the office.
That's the most relatable moment when he goes, has a nutty, just trying to scrape the fucking.
Yeah.
I've done that in Boston so many times where I'm scraping. I'm like, ah!
every day
Get
during
off
the
the
winter.
Yeah.
That was me every single day during the winter.
Oh my God.
Or the other part in the office when he gets off the phone and realizes he's fucked.
Yeah.
And he just stands up and he throws all his papers really hard onto the desk.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what the Pughs are doing.
So that was a
'Cause
very
the plan is
Yeah.
messed
It's
up.
FUBAR. It's all fucked up.
That's a very abbreviated version of the Pugh crew theory that was actually put forth online by Alexander Zabel Jr. And it's, we want to
Zabel Jr.
We want to give props. I mean, there's no normal names in this.
Is there a senior?
Yeah.
What is Zabel Senior thing?
Yeah.
He includes way more names that he thinks are involved, but I really just think that Mervin and Linda were spearheading this campaign against the Patsy, against the Ramseys, publicly.
Wait, was that a slip?
Yeah,
A Patsy
against the Patsies.
No, a Patsy.
Well, Patsy Ramsey, a Patsy too.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Maybe Kyle has something to do with it.
Hey, they're all pointing at me.
Yeah.
Because he tried to say he saw 101 Dalmatians at this time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was really the 91 version.
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I just sat next to Glenn Close in 2003.
Oh, we're going to talk
You
about
don't-
this
we
now.
really
You don't
gotta
believe
Oh, my
me.
God.
I believe you.
At the Boston Garden, when I saw Dane Cook do Fisher Circle, and Alejandro doesn't believe me.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that you believe it happened.
This is if you thought that some of the earlier stories were exciting, this is exciting.
Everybody listening, watching right now,
Yeah.
is it plausible that Glenn Close would go see Dane Cook live?
Because Kyle said he sat next to her at this concert at Boston Garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alejandro's like, there's a better chance of Glenn Close killing JonBenet Ramsey than going to see Dane Cook.
So
No, I believe you. I believe
we'll do
you.
a poll on Instagram at
Yeah.
some point.
Mhm.
So, but I believe you.
Yeah. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. So what's this? Because I don't know anything about this, to be honest. He had a business partner that had a
You know, it's a
vendetta?
reputable website when what that headline's right there. The Terry Hatcher 57 is disgusting now.
The gist is that it was one of his business partners. And John has kept quiet about it because the business partner has some dirt on him.
Okay.
So that's basically the gist of
That's a
that
hot
one.
angle.
There's some other weird stuff has happened, like
Now Renee Zellweger.
Oh, God!
really?
I wrote this website.
That's crazy. These pop-ups on this website. It says
But she is unrecognizable.
that's
yeah.
when you know you're on a very reputable website. You know, look at this star. They're gross now.
I literally almost said, you'd know I'd be behind it if Renee Zellweger popped up.
Yeah,
and I didn't. I wish I fucking said
That's
it.
crazy.
For those that can't see, there was
Yeah.
a pop-up suddenly on our website
Now they moved
here
to
that
Yeah.
said Renee Zellweger looks unrecognizable.
Before that, it was Terry Hatcher. Like, look how ugly this person's got.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't the internet nice?
I know, it's awful.
It's a treasure trove.
So there was a psychiatrist that was aiding the case, looking into things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in 2018, brutally murdered out of the blue, the psychiatrist.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because he thought the Ramseys were guilty.
No shit.
And although a lot of people think Burke did it accidentally, maybe the dad or his associates, Patsy was the main suspect in the court of public opinion, basically until she died of cancer.
She died.
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
Oh,
in
shit.
2007, 6.
2006, yeah.
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 49 years old.
No deathbed confession or anything?
No?
Perhaps she was stressed
Or she was riddled with cancer.
and riddled with guilt.
I think it's the cancer.
Cancer sounds like a major player in that situation.
And Burke, there was that CBS special, but he also did an infamous interview with Dr. Phil
Yep.
in 2016, where he was basically smiling the entire time.
What?
So I believe he's autistic. Severely autistic.
He's like an engineer now, software engineer.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. And he was smearing shit all over the walls. People with autism have been known to
Smear some shit.
smear some shit and, not be able to show the right emotions at the right time. Like, they can't read the room. They don't know, like,
Social cues.
yeah, autistic people struggle with being able to show appropriate emotions.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the things that came up, and that's actually one video I haven't shown yet, and I'll show. This is when 13 days after the murder, they talk to him, and his answers are very weird.
Parents are sometimes crying. Yeah. But I'm basically just going on with my life. You know?
13 days after your sister got murdered.
I know what happened.
You mean when she got killed? How do you think that happened?
I think, well, I asked my dad where did they find her body, and my dad said I found it down in the basement, and so I think that someone took her very quietly and tiptoed down the basement, and then maybe took a knife out, or something like that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But that's not how she was killed.
Exactly. So.
But that's a 9-year-old talking like that.
Yeah, but
he goes from like acting like, oh, I'm like a little toddler, to suddenly like probably tiptoed down the stairs and then very quietly.
I don't believe it's that kid anymore.
Exactly.
No, I know, but it's odd. And do you want to even just pull up a picture of him on Dr. Phil? Because any screenshot they took of him in that interview, he looked guilty, even if he wasn't. He just rubbed people the wrong way in that Dr. Phil thing.
He did, yeah.
I think a lot of these people do. They don't say things right. You know?
Yeah.
No one talks correctly.
It sounds like nobody
Everyone's
in this
on
case.
the spectrum in this entire case.
None of them knew how to do this.
Communicate or be a normal
No.
person.
Yeah, it was...
That house must have been fucking weird, man.
Yeah. Well, they were charging Christmas tours.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil speaks out about interview with JonBenet Ramsey's socially awkward brother, Burke Ramsey. And there he is.
You see that? Yeah.
That's pretty much
freaky.
what he looked
looks like
the
he's
entire
possessed
interview.
by the devil or something.
He's just possessed by autism, I think.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's like, I pooped my pants.
And I shared it with the world.
You like this sweater? I shit on it.
It's made of shit.
You like this collar? I shit on it. You like these pictures behind me? I shit on them.
Yeah. So, that's what it comes down to is final thoughts.
Yeah.
I still think Linda set it up. Merv helped get a ragtag crew, and it all went south. I don't think JonBenet was supposed to die. I think they really wanted to extort the money, and they just hired two dumbasses because they weren't very bright themselves. Pat and John Ramsey, there's no way. They were so high-powered, successful people. There's no way they were watching movies like that where they would know quotes and be able to quote different action movies throughout the entire fucking thing. Zero
because most
chance.
of their time is taken, decorating this fucking house or doing like the higher level things.
There are people online that are like, oh, John Ramsey doesn't watch movies. It's like, how many billionaires do you know that take the time out of their day to watch a movie or sports? They don't do any of that shit. They don't even like listening to music because it takes them away from their job.
Bill Clinton was a movie buff, and he was leader
Well, yeah,
of the
he
free
also
world.
fucks kids.
Okay.
Wait, kids?
He went to Epstein Island like 87 times.
I was like, Lewinsky wasn't no kid.
She was barely older than a
I
kid
know,
anyway.
she's pretty young.
Okay, fine, but they're the most guilty family for not being guilty. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, they're not good at expressing their innocence.
I agree, though. It's hard to find a motive.
Extremely.
For the family, but yet you can't really close the door ever on any of these suspects. And most people say this will never be solved.
Oh, it's cold case territory the whole way.
I think I agree with Kyle that I think it was a couple ex-cons just got out of jail, and they met. They were in some shithole saloon somewhere outside of Denver, talking to Merv the perv, and they kind of concocted this plan together. And maybe people that he grew up with and stuff he felt comfortable with, but were not on the level. Like they were like prison really fucked them up.
Yeah.
And then they right when it becomes time to implement the plan, they just totally go off course and they do nothing correct.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, you might have me convinced.
But Merv would not want to go back in that house, and that would be his reason to get someone else.
Yeah.
Is because he would be, witness to be there.
Yeah. So it sucks because Merv's dead, Linda's dead.
Natural causes.
Patsy's dead.
JonBenet's dead.
Yeah, they all I think they got sick. I think they had cancer or something. Patsy died of cancer.
Linda
in
got
2006.
sick and jumped off a bridge.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? Patsy in 2006.
The only two people, that guy, Michael Helgoth's dead. He got shot in the head with the SBTC t-shirt and the tactical boots and the stun gun.
Yeah.
All very weird, very set up.
Very placed.
Too action movie-ish for me. I think Linda spearheaded it with those fucking idiots. What do you actually think it was the parents?
I think that they knew a little more than they were letting on, but you make a compelling case for these,
These knuckleheads.
The handyman and his wife and all the other characters involved.
Yeah.
But it is creepy. It's a creepy world.
Yeah.
And anyway, honestly, I don't know. That's my final
I didn't know
answer.
Linda would be spearheading it though. That's an interesting take because she was the one that was out there, pushing the attention away from her and her husband there. So that's it. Maybe she hated that family more than anyone else did. Maybe she hated that daughter more than anyone else did because the daughter said something mean to her. Maybe she called her a bad name or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oof. And with that, make sure to follow us.
if you're still listening, follow us at Death and Entertainment on Instagram, at YouTube, and what?
You were going to read a review.
Oh, yeah, I have a review here, which we're not telling you what to do with your life or how to, tell us how we're doing with our jobs here, but a couple of reviews we really liked. We think,
and we want more.
We want more.
Bring on the 5-star reviews.
This person, Hyesno, wrote, "These guys are great, really fun, and I learned a lot." Love that one. From Perm Red, Die, Death and Entertainment, is my all-time favorite podcast. These guys are so funny, and I always find myself laughing out loud. The show is very informative, sharing the details of the murder, blah, 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 super addicting. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Another person said Hooked here. That was earlier last month. Hooked, nothing to do with the Dustin Hoffman movie. Travis Takamori says, great podcast, and he said awesome. So
nice.
Those are some great reviews.
We'll take
Send us more, please.
Please go on to iTunes. Not only just give us 5 stars, but write a couple words because that kind of goes a long way. For some reason, it reconfigures the algorithm and it kind of bumps us up.
Yes.
And it gets us big in places like Hong Kong, where we're big.
Slovakia.
We've been big in Italy also.
Yeah, we've been charting in
Skitalia.
Hong Kong.
Skitalia. We're going to get huge after this. After those hot mentions of Skitalia.
Yeah.
So.
And we just might mention your review if it is entertaining enough.
Oh,
Yes.
and if you have, we've been working off a lot of suggestions. So if you have a suggestion for an episode, email deathandentertainment@gmail.com, and we might just get to it.
Yeah.
We'll call you out for that nice suggestion.
Yeah,
So.
this one was requested too many times to name everybody, but it was one of the most heavily requested episodes that we have. So I hope that we gave a little bit of a new theory or something that you haven't heard before because, this has been a case that's been around forever and everybody's talked about it. So
It's a real head scratcher.
I haven't heard too many people talk about the Pugh theory. So
I had not heard that before.
And you sold me on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm sold.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
But the Ramseys still knew more than they said.
They could.
All right.
We'll never know. But who do you guys think it was? Let us know in the comments. Go on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We are showing our Midwestern 10 faces now.
Of course.
And we want to see you and hear what you guys have to say. 99% of people that follow us on YouTube, or actually 99% of people that watch our videos on YouTube, are not subscribed to us. So we need to up that number, please.
Do it.
So stop what you're doing. Rate us, subscribe to us, follow us, whatever platform you're on. Just do it.
Help a brother out.
Por favor.
Please.
And we love you.
Love you.
We love you forever. We'll see you next week.
Don't go dying on us.
Bye.
You have just heard.
A true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.